and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Pam and I make fashion, beauty, and lifestyle videos that can make you feel beautiful inside and out. But today, we are going to dive into the Makeup Revolution Reloaded Neutrals 2 palette. So it is this little cute puppy right here. We're going to break down the shadows from this, what I think is missing, if I think it's worth the money, does it perform well for the price point that it's at, and bottom line, should you invest in it? So let's get started with this look. I'll break it all down. You'll find out how I feel about it, and you'll make a decision for yourself. So to prep the skin, I'm going to start with the Lay and Low Paint Pot from MAC. It's just a very neutral toned color, and I'm just going to pop that onto the entire eyelid with a brush and then really work that into this inner tear duct area and then this outer area as well. Now I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me powder, and this is in color light medium, and I'm just going to take a little bit of this with the BH Cosmetics 128 brush and really lock in all of that. So because we're going to be working from this Makeup Revolution palette and we really don't know how it swatches, we're going to start out with it, and then if we decide we need to pull in another palette to get the pigment that we want, we will grab that. But for now, I'm just going to take a pencil brush and I'm going to go straight into my crease and really start to windshield wiper motions carve out that crease. This is going to look really crazy at first. This technique of doing makeup is a little bit different from the way that makeup has been traditionally taught. We always kind of start with transition colors, but starting out this way, it's just, honestly, it's a little scarier, but you get way more pigmentation and you see more of a gradient. And kind of bring it to a point on the end right here and pull it out because we really want to elongate the eye shape. So a pencil brush is really ideal for this step in makeup because it helps you just precisely place product down without blending it out, and you don't have to use as much product because you're only using a very concentrated amount on a little brush like this. And I'm just going to go in with this BH Cosmetics crease brush, and I'm just going to use this with no product on it at all, and I'm just going to use that to soften up the edges. So this is going to help control the outer edge of the makeup without blending it out so much to where we lose that concentration of color. So after carefully looking at this palette, although I do love these colors, I realized that we are kind of missing just like a straight up dark brown color. So what we're going to do is actually go into my Morphe 3502 palette, which looks like this. We're just going to try to find one that has a little bit more of a burgundy undertone to it. These two kind of have a little more burgundy tone to them. So what we're going to do is just take a little bit of that on another pencil brush and go in and deepen up the crease. In the inner corner as well. Okay, and lastly what we're going to do is just go back in with that same pencil brush, and with this black eyeshadow right here, we are just going to add a little tiny bit of that along this lower lash line. So what I've done is take my Mario Badescu Cucumber Spray and I wet a little eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go in with this color right here. So this is actually the color that drew me to the entire palette. I got a lot of compliments on it on Instagram. So what I'm going to do is just pat that over that black eyeshadow, and what that's going to do is just give this eye look a little bit of a smokier tone to it by blending in this metallic eyeshadow on top of that little black smudged line. And see how it's blending into the black eyeshadow? It's just giving it more of a smoky, like deep quartz tone as opposed to just like a metallic magenta. Just going to go back in and pat on another layer. And then to bring in that outer corner look, we're just going to kind of go in with this beautiful brown, it's like a burgundy brown shadow, and we're just going to kind of pop that in on the outer corner where the crease color meets the lid color. And now to warm up the top of the eye and really bring the look together, I'm just going to go in with this brown shadow right here and just a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to use this to soften up the edges and smoke out the look. Okay, so now that I've zoomed you out, after looking at it, I think I've decided I wanted to just add a little more black into the outer corner. I just wanted to make this look a little bit more like holiday, but then nighttime and not so sweet. And I kind of feel like pink tones are a little sweet. So I'm just going to go in with this black eyeshadow right here, and I'm just going to pop that onto the outer edge. With black, you just work in sections. So you'd put a little on, and then take a blending brush and blend it out. And I literally think that's just the like total amount of black I want in the crease. I don't want to take it to like a totally smoky direction, but I also want to give it that nighttime feel. Okay, so now for the top of the eye, what we're gonna do is just take our pencil eyeliner from Tarte and we're just going to drag that along the lower lash line. And that same pencil brush that I used to pop on the black eyeshadow with, I'm just gonna use this to buff out the very top part of that black line. I'm not going near the lower lash line. I'm just going right where the top of the line is, and it's just gonna soften it up and kind of give it more of a modern look. And then over that pencil eyeliner, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of liquid. So this is that Tarte pen again. We're just gonna do a little wing, but I don't really want a big dramatic one. Now I'm gonna go in with my CoverGirl Lash Blast Mascara, and I'm just going to coat my lashes. So I'm just gonna pop on my lashes. I know the glue is still white and it's drying, but does your world just not come together and align perfectly when you put lashes on? Like, oh. Just gonna take a little more liquid eyeliner and hide that lash line with a little black. I'm so pleased with this look. We are gonna move on to foundation and the lower half of the eyes. Okay, so I did the rest of my face off camera just because it's kind of the same old routine I do all the time. And honestly, you guys, I'm switching to the L'Oreal Infallible eyeliner. I like it more than the Tarte pencil. It's just darker, it's creamier. I don't have to like roll it on my eye as much to get pigmentation, and it's better and it's cheaper. Like, oh my god. So what I'm going to do is just take black eyeliner and run that along my lower lash line, and I'm going to kind of take it a little bit lower than my lash line as well, because we're going to really smoke out the bottom. So this is when a lot of the drama comes into play with this look. Connecting it to this wing out here, but just a little bit. And I have a little bit of baking powder underneath my eyes, which is why it looks so white. I'm about to add a little more so we can catch a lot of the black eyeshadow. And then of course we'll dust it off and make it look normal, you know. So what we're going to do now is just take that same pencil brush, and we're going to go with the black eyeshadow from this Morphe palette, the 3502, and I'm going to look up at the ceiling and then just start to smudge that. Now I'm going to go back in and then add just a little bit more eyeliner to any gaps that we have. This always shows up after I start to smoke it. I can start to see areas of discrepancy. So this little brush, it's an e.l.f. brush. I love that it's flat. We're just going to go in and take that with more black eyeshadow, and now we're going to get right up next to that lash line. So now we're not really pulling it down, we're just pushing it into the lashes. And that's just really going to seal in the pencil and help it not to smudge, so you know that your eyeliner is locked in all night long and it won't go running down your face. Okay, and lastly, with just a little IT Cosmetics brush from Ulta, what I'm going to do is take this color right here, which is what we did to go in with our crease, and I'm just going to lightly smudge that against that lower lash line, and that's just to kind of bring that color from the top into the lower part of the look. Okay, so now let's dust off this bake. I'm gonna go in with just my Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I'm just gonna lightly use this along this edge to kind of clean this corner up and make it look more sharp. But I don't want a harsh line, so I don't want to do this with concealer. I really just want to take powders and kind of use it as like a little magic eraser. And now for inner corner highlight. I normally don't go in with the brush this big for inner corner highlight, but I really want to keep that area soft and diffused, and I don't want like a lot of concentration of color right there. So what we're gonna do is go into this Makeup Revolution palette, and I'm just gonna go for this like shell pink color right here and start to like sweep that into that inner eye area. Oh, I love that little pop that it gives it right there. I'm gonna pop some mascara on my lower lashes now. I'm just gonna go back in with my Lash Blast from CoverGirl. This brush is so big, but I like the formula. Just realized that a lot of that wasn't being recorded, but all I really did, what a hot mess tutorial, is take this Makeup Revolution palette, and I used these two colors as my highlighter, and I mixed these two colors for a blush, and that's really all I did. I didn't do an extensive contour, and I really just wanted to keep the focus on the eyes. Now I'm going to go in with this Raisin lip liner from L'Oreal, and I'm just going to overdraw the lips. Now I'm going to go in with Catching Feelings from Dose of Colors. It's a liquid lipstick. And I'm going to go back over the outer edge of the lip with that Raisin pencil. it literally blends in with my skin, so I don't know if I should go in with a darker pencil. No, I actually think we're gonna make this work. Not too shabby, you guys. It's pretty cute. So let's zoom this look out so you can see the entire thing. So we wanted to dive into the Makeup Revolution Neutrals 2 palette, and my honest thoughts on this palette is that I think it's really good for the price. I don't have high expectations when it comes to eyeshadow palettes from the drugstore, to be quite honest. I just find them to be underperforming. But this is the exception. This color right here, which is the actual one that drew me in, and it's what we have on the majority of my lid, is beautiful. It has intense payoff, and I would liken it to a very high-end eyeshadow. The two colors that I use as my highlighters I think are okay. They give a nice sheen. They kind of have a silver undertone, so if that's kind of a look you're going for, you're going to be happy with this. And then some of the matte shades were really good, specifically these two and this brown right here. Great matte shades. Super impressed by them, and I think paired with the right eyeshadow primer could blow your mind. In terms of color range, I do wish that this had like one dark brown eyeshadow in it. That could work for more skin tones, because you know I like to use eyeshadows to contour with, you know I like to use them to be able to create a smokier look in the crease, and I just couldn't do that. And so for that I had to turn to the Morphe 3502 palette. And so this is, you know, traditionally Morphe palettes, you know how they look. So overall, to get the most from this eyeshadow palette, I had to bring in another one. And that's just because I needed a black and I needed a dark brown. That's not always the case for everyone, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, if you need black or you need a darker brown, this isn't going to be it for you. I wished I could have used this exclusively, but these brown shades are just, were not suitable for the look that I needed today. They weren't going to be dramatic enough, and I mean, I just was missing a dark brown. I don't know. I don't even know what else to say about it. Regardless, I think it's a great palette. I think the price point's amazing. I think it's got pretty good pigmentation for what you're paying for, and everyone's got an amazing eyeshadow primer in their arsenal, so I know that you can make this look work. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to subscribe and like this video so I can keep making more content for you guys and teach you eyeshadow techniques step by step and really break things down for you. I don't just want to throw out a quick video and hope you like it. I really want to teach and explain the proper way to do makeup. With that being said, I will see you guys next time. Bye.